Humor is a concept that has become very developed within our society. From satire to irony to just plain slapstick, there are many different forms. Why is it that humor has become such an integral human trait? Love, for example, can be explained in that it allows us to better reproduce. How is it that humor benefits us? This question cannot be answered in such a straightforward manner, but it will be addressed through this presentation. One way in which humor is beneficial is that it helps to develop social connections. Oftentimes, in order to become friends with somebody, you need to have many traits in common with them. This is not always the case, however. Even if you don't have things in common with somebody, these differences can be overcome with humor. If you are able to laugh together with someone, you should also be able to become friends with them. In addition to helping make friends, humor can also provide a form of stress relief. This can be very helpful to our psychological well-being, especially during times of hardship. Humor can help take your mind off that which troubles you. The following video from a role-playing game called Final Fantasy X is a great example of this. The characters are experiencing hard times and are getting down as a result.
Hey, watch.
Hey, you got pretty good.
You sound sad.
Yeah, maybe.
Want to scream?
I really don't think that's gonna help this time.
You know what? It's embarrassing to say this myself, but summoners and their guardians are kind of like Spira's ray of light. A lot of people in Spira depend on us. I learned to practice smiling when I'm feeling sad, you know. I know it's hard.
Yeah, I understand. I think.
Right. Now let's see what you can do.
Huh?
Come on.
This is weird.
Next, try laughing out loud.
What?
Come on, show me. You probably shouldn't laugh anymore. Too funny.
As you can see, by laughing and using their sense of humor, the characters are able to overcome their hardship and become happier. There are many situations in which humor can help brighten your mood and ultimately benefit your psychological well-being. Humor can also be useful in a romantic context. It has been found that when people search for a partner, a great deal of emphasis is placed on the other person's sense of humor. In a questionnaire done by Ziv and Kadish, which was administered to 50 married couples, it was shown that there was a strong correlation between positive uses of humor in that relationship and the overall satisfaction level. Humor plays a large role both in finding and maintaining romantic relationships. Finally, humor can be used as a means to foster effective learning. You can see one example of this by looking back to childhood. Many children's shows that have the intention of teaching the children something will actually use humor in that process. The proper use of humor will allow them to better hold the attention of the children when teaching them. The uses of humor in education are not limited to children, however. Surveys have shown that there is a positive correlation between college professors' use of humor and how effective students view their teaching as being. Today and in the future, if humor is more deeply integrated into the educational system, it could make the learning process easier, more effective, and more enjoyable for a wider range of students. Humor is a trait that humans have possessed for a long time, since long before we developed into the globalized society that we are today. The entire time, humor has been aiding us in survival. It helps us in a social environment, whether it be making friends or finding a potential partner for a relationship. It benefits our psychological health by helping us to release pent-up tensions. Utilized in the proper manner, it can even help us to learn. Just like all our other emotions and traits, humor is tremendously important and has helped to shape us into the species that we are today. Are there any questions?